My name is Tony Gonzalez from DC Rock, and today we are going to talk to Thundermother, and this interview will be related to the new CD called Dirty and Divine. Hello, Filippa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. So I interviewed you when Black and Gold was going to be released 2 years ago, and tell me, what have happened in these 2 years, in general terms?
We have a new lineup in the band. We have a new singer, and her name is Linnéa Vikström, and we have a new drummer, Joan Massin. She's French. And we have toured in Europe a lot with the Scorpions, this lineup. And we've also had a European tour with Black and Gold by ourselves. And we have made a new album called Dirty and Divine.
In that moment, I remember that you mentioned that you will tour with Scorpion crossing the USA. Tell me, this tour fit your expectations?
Indeed, it did. They are very professional and nice guys in the Scorpions. Every day we meet them, and Klaus Meine say, "Hello, girls," and come in the backstage and hug me. And Mickey D, we hang out after party with them, and we played big arenas, really big, around the whole of USA. Unfortunately, within Thundermother, we did not get along very well, the band. We didn't. So when some changes was done after the tour, because it's necessary to communicate, hang out together as a band, I think. And so I tried to talk to. It was difficulties with the singer Guernica, and I tried to talk to her, and it was very difficult. So we have changed the singer now. So I wish her all the best, and the old members, because also without them, Thundermother would not be where we are today. So I'm very grateful for the time we had with each other, which was 7 years. So now my son is back again, our old bass player from the Heatwave album that plays on Driving in Style. So that's very fun. I'm very happy that she's back, because she's a fantastic bass player and friend. We keep in contact for the whole time. So now it's very good vibes in the band again. I'm very happy about that.
Perfect. I'm glad to hear that. Let me confess you that when I saw the front cover of the recording, I imagined that these little angels are related to your recent pregnancy. So you are now a mother, and you are, yes, is Linnéa mother also a mother, no? Am I right?
You're right.
Yes, and about the cover of the new CD is because you were pregnant and you like little angels?
Yes, you're right in both.
Both? Yes.
Yeah.
Please tell me about the cover of the CD.
Yeah, so basically we have the music, it's done. And it's very difficult with the cover, I think. And I was pregnant, very pregnant, touring with the Thundermother while I was pregnant. So I talked to the label a lot. I don't have any ideas, and the band, no ideas. So then actually AFM Records said, maybe you should have a baby on the cover, like a joke, or an angel. But then I said, we need 4 angels then, because we're 4 in the band. Mm-hmm. And then I also said, but they are not too nice. Please, not too nice angels, because I talked with the band, and life isn't black or white, we're not little angels. So I said they should have evil eyes. So, because, maybe we're nice, maybe we're not, sort of. And then we should make it, one angel should have a cigarette, a little homage to Van Halen, for example. And we should have a devil as well. So there you go.
Perfect. Who designed or draw the cover?
I don't know the guy, but I think he's Italian. He works with the label, and he's called Daniel Hofer.
Mm.
He's very talented and we're good friends now. So we start to talk after the cover. And now he helped me with the t-shirts and everything. Designs.
And either Dirty and Divine is related to a newborn?
No.
No? Let me
No.
tell you, because I imagine that a newborn is divine. Oh, pretty baby, but it's dirty.
Yes, good point.
Yes.
It's a good point. But it was very hard also to come up with a title. So we were actually in the car on our way. So we were in the car and then Linnéa said, we should have a really crazy title. And I said, do you have a suggestion? Yeah, God from hell. I was like, no, we can't have that. God from hell, it's too much. And we discussed everybody. And then I think my son, the bass player, said, we should have something with dirty. It sounds cool. We sing about dirty a lot, you know, in Elevator and in our songs. And but so then we just said the divine, because it's exactly what the album is. It's dirty and divine. It's very broad, different kinds of, you know, genres almost. It's from heavy metal to more easy, you know, commercial vibe, you know, catchy and hard rock and a little bit of everything. So it matches the vibe of the music, I think.
Some years ago, when I don't know if you know the band called At the Movies, when Linnéa sings. But
of course.
Yes, this is not a live band. It's a band only on the studio. I imagine that Linnéa will be retired because she was a mother. And at the same time, now I discover that even when you are mother, you won't be retired.
No.
No, not at all, no?
Linnéa inspire me. Because a lot of people quit if they are pregnant, or, you know, but for me, rock and roll is my life. And I know that Linnéa has 2 kids. I took her in the band and told her I will support you 100% with having kids and being on the road, playing rock and roll. And also I want to be a mother one day. So and it was very short period of time and then I was pregnant. And Linnéa discovered it. I didn't know about it. I was on the tour bus. I had a hangover. We were partying on the road. And she said, I think you're pregnant, Filippa. I was like, no, what, really? So yeah, because you are very nice in the morning. And you come like, you want coffee, la la la. And normally you don't like mornings, so I think you're pregnant.
In your case, it was the opposite. When you decide to be mother, you set apart from the music. So why did you decide to set apart from the music?
Those 2 things weren't related at all. I like this. I was with the band Therion for a while, for 8 years. And then I decided that I wanted to try something else, you know. And then we decided to have kids. Like they weren't connected. Like me deciding to leave music to pursue a family wasn't the case at all. It was just that's how the timing happened, sort of.
Who was in charge of the writing process in this recording?
Well, I always been like had the last say in Thundermother because I started the band. And in my opinion, I am Thundermother. But I want everyone to collaborate. And after Linnéa joined the band, she sent me a song on WhatsApp. And it was, I left my license in the future. And I was shocked because it was very good. And I said, I want to have this as our first single. And I didn't know she was such a great songwriter. And there began the process of us collaborating together. So we have been writing this album, mostly me and Linnéa, sending each other ideas on WhatsApp. and also some people we have been collaborating with, some friends that I trust and work with, like our producer and stuff like that.
And how did you convince Linnéa to get in the band?
I asked her 2017 for the first time to join. And she said no. So I've been wanting her a long time, but she was touring a lot with Therion at the time, and she didn't have time basically to join us then, so she said no. And then I took Guernica instead. But now when Guernica is not in the band anymore, I asked again, would you reconsider and join this time? And she said, actually, it's perfect timing now, because I quit Therion and my kids are a little bigger, and it's a perfect time for me. So she joined. We had a coffee and I was very happy about it, because she's a fantastic person.
It wasn't so much of convincing me. Because I think that I am very hard to convince. If I want to do something, and if it's possible inside the frame of the world, so, then I'm going to do it. But if the case was that I didn't want to, then I would have said no. But I wanted to, so I said yes. So I would say that it didn't take so much of convincing me to do it.
There is a song in the new recording called So Close, was selected as a single, and a video, I think, is a song of encouragement. But let me ask you, what is the meaning of the incantation at the beginning and the end of the video? Because let me tell you that I saw Swedish horror movies, and there was incantation like this. I said, why, this is satanic. But no, when I listened the lyric from So Close, I discovered that there is a contradiction between my idea and the lyric of the song. Is a song of encouragement? Tell me about the song, please.
The video was made by a director, so she decided the whole video. I have nothing to do with it. But I wrote it with my boyfriend Pontus Snib from Bonafide. About, it's very, I felt like Thundermother were gonna break, and then people think I'm an idiot because I fire, the singer, and our career goes down a little bit. And it's like this with everybody in life, you stumble on the finish line. You just have to get up and keep on going, no matter what, never stop fighting. So I felt I needed to get that out to never give up, and just you will cross the finish line and reach your goal one day. So never stop dreaming, basically.
The way I participated was in sort of changing some words here and there to fit the melody a little bit more to how I would sing it. But I think that the message of the song is a great positive song, and it's a fighting spirit song. If you fall down, get back up again, life is a journey, sort of.
So I remember feeling all right, but do you have the same feeling that the lyrics are positive in the CD?
Yes, we did a very more positive CD this time. I'm very proud of the outcome. Linnéa had some trouble with singing some songs from the past because she wants to believe in what she sings, and it was so much negativity in the past, I have to say, with the old lineup, and this new album reflects how positive we feel as a group and as friends and touring. And Linnéa wrote a lot of the lyrics too. And it's just a really happy album. Feeling All Right is a happy sex song. It's about you always have to be sexy, in sex songs. Everything is about sex, but this is about feeling comfortable with someone you love. So that's why she's singing "Being Naked Together." It's because it's also, it doesn't have to be sexy, you know. It's just being comfortable is very also nice. Being, you know, with someone you love.
I feel like we don't have so much of happiness when you know, in rock singing about sex. It's always, you know, it's dirty and, you know, sexy, and but it's fun to have sex, and it's nice to be with someone that you feel safe with. So that's what that song is about, like a positive thing about feeling safe and feeling happy in someone's presence.
The lyrics is very feminine because you know that we, the men, our thinking is narrow.
Yeah.
Yes, this is logical. It's a fact. As long as I remember, the first video I saw from the new lineup was Speaking of the Devil. I imagine that the Swedish societies were more open-minded than this that you can show in the video. And the second, this lyric is from a personal experience that you have?
Yeah, me and Linnéa, we wrote it together.
Please,
Yeah,
explain.
but speaking of the devil, it's actually the saying is "speak of the devil," and it's sort of an expression, an English expression that means, "Oh, when you speak of the devil, he will appear." Or so if how to explain it? It's not actually about the devil. It's just that expression of, oh, for example, if I were to sit in a table and I start to talk shit about my husband, then he will come. Eventually, he will come, and we will say, "Oh, speak of the devil, here he is," you know. So it's more of an expression than singing about the actual devil. But it sounds cool.
It's a lot with that you come in a room with, you know, whatever, feeling that somebody has been talking about you, and you don't know what it is. If you feel they have been speaking about me, it's a little bit uncomfortable behind my back, and just own it, tell it to my face, here I am, you know. Just want to be straight with me, basically. And the video, I guess, is a little bit like that, you know, a girl being a little bit left outside in a dinner conversation, have to hide her tattoos and everything. It's a little bit like that, you know.
I think that I left my license in the future made me think that the lyric is your, and this lyric is related to the QFT band when you were some years ago. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong.
Oh, tell me.
Yeah, definitely. But it's fun that you bring that up. But it's, in a way, it could be. I mean, I think it's a lyric that's about procrastinating, basically, and, you know, pushing stuff into the future. So for me, it is. I never took the license to drive. So it's a symbol of procrastination for me, because I'm 32 and I can't drive because I don't need it. I can do that later. I can do it later. But, you know, later never really comes.
Yeah.
So.
But what are you thinking? Maybe next year?
Maybe. We'll see. Next year would be really good, actually. Depending on, it would have been great to do it this year, but, you know, this year is very soon over, so.
That song, as I told you, was Linnéa's song when she joined the band. So she wrote everything, and I left my license in the future, and I love the song. So I just told the label we have to have it as a single. And she wrote it in the car after a gig. She liked to be in the passenger seat having a beer.
Now that we are talking about QFT, is QFT already finished or just in a standby?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it for a long time. It would be great to do something with that again, but I don't think that we're gonna do anything more with QFT.
When you go on tour with this new lineup, it's only Linnéa who is going to sing, because as long as I listen, I imagine that Linnéa sings some overdubs for the choirs.
Yes, she did a lot, recorded with her friend Chris Laney from Pretty Maids. So he recorded the vocals, and she did a lot of overdubs and, you know, very good vocal production.
We recorded most of it in Denmark, the instrumental parts, but it was both that me and Chris has worked together so much, and we know each other inside and out, and we work really well together. He's a fantastic human being, and we also live very close by. So for me, it was a question of either I go for a week to Denmark and record the vocals, or I stay in Stockholm. And Søren, our producer, he trusted Chris to do a really good job with it, and it was really, it became so great. And I was able to still stay at home with my family and not have to go away. And we could do it when we sort of had the time. We could puzzle our schedules together in a really good way. I mean, I sing all the lead vocals except for one song where also Filippa and my son joins to sing some lead vocals in the verses, which I think is so fun. It was I had an idea in my head that it would be so cool if they could sing one phrase each in the verse, and they did it really well. They are both great singers, so it's a good opportunity to you know, use their assets to something great. And they also dubbed some of the choirs, but mainly it's me doing the choirs and the lead.
I sing, and the bass player, my son, sing, and we will try our best to do it live. It's very difficult harmonies.
And when you decided to try something different, it was the at the movies moment.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that because I enjoy the way you sang Far From Over and Waiting for a Star to Fall, and the choir in several songs in at the movies recording. How did you get involved in at the movies?
I'm a very good friend of Chris Laney, who is the producer and the guy behind the project. So it was basically just, you know, let's do it. Okay. We had dinner or something, you know, and he showed me some things that he'd been doing, and I think a song he done, the first song or something, and then we just decided to go for it.
Please give me an advance. Is there any possibility to have a new at the movies recording?
I hope so. I really, really hope so. Yeah. We can only we shouldn't wish for any pandemics, but you know, a mini lockdown. Maybe we can release a song or two.
And as long as I remember, because I have read about you, your musical influences get a wide spectrum, coming from Alice Cooper to Chaka Khan. But when you sing, of course, you are closer to Chaka Khan than Alice Cooper. But what did you take from a person like Alice Cooper?
Presence, lyrics, theatrics, and I mean, he's theatric in another way, but he's such a good storyteller, and you listen to him when he sings. So I think that's a big part of how I've been influenced by Alice Cooper, how to convey a lyric in a good way.
That's mean that in the new Thundermother tour, you will get a little more theatrical appearance?
No, I don't think that we will. We will stay true to the Thundermother concept, so to speak. But I think in the way that I build a set list, for example, I wanted to have a beginning and an end and acts in between. I wanted to follow a thread, you know, and that's Alice Cooper way. He wouldn't just put a song here because it's a theater act. The show is a theater act, and even though we are Thundermother, we don't do guillotines and dancing dolls or, you know, stuff like that. But we still, it's still an act that needs a beginning and it needs a middle, and it needs part sections, and it needs an end and a red thread going through the show.
And you were working in Trillium several years. I remember, for example, Beloved Antichrist, and now is easy or difficult to get in a band that is completely different from the complexity to the simplicity?
I mean, there are very different challenges. The challenges that you face in Therion musically is very different from the ones that you face in Thundermother. Like the main difference would for me be that in Therion we were three singers, or in the beginning we were four when Snowy Shaw was still in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes the show much easier on the voice. It makes you can always take a step back, you can walk off stage, take a breather. You know, when you're doing a 90-minute set as a one lead singer, it's a much tougher. And you're always, I mean, I'm not alone because I have a great band with me that's really good on stage and really also is a great lead personas, sort of. But for the voice, it's a much tougher job with the Thundermother, I would say. Even though the musical complexity is another thing, but that's another dimension of vocals that I got the opportunity to develop with Therion, I guess. So I don't know. I don't think that the transition was difficult. I think it felt natural. And I mean, some of the critiques that I got in Therion was that I was too rock and roll.
Yes.
And I think that that's a valid criticism. Obviously, now.
Yes. So being the daughter of Thomas Vikström and the granddaughter of Sven Erik has given easy or difficult, and how has you learned from them?
I think that, being the daughter of singers or born into a singer family makes everything easier. I mean, of course, there could be, I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm a woman, so I don't. Vad säger man? I'm not competing with my father for jobs, for example. So that's a good aspect. And I mean, being born into a musical family gives you a musical ear. It gives you you have a piano at home, maybe a guitar. You have everything that you need, and you also get the privilege of getting to know people, and everything is sort of, the foundation is laid out. Now you can choose your path. Do you want to walk this path or do you not? And so it's definitely, anyone who says differently that it's difficult as a musician to grow up in a musician family, I would very much like to hear the arguments as to why, because I only see positives. This was never put onto me, rather the opposite. Should you really pursue music? You know, it's a little bit, you know. So no, I never felt any pressure in regards to me needing to succeed or anything like that. Not at all.
And your first role in music was Annie, the musical?
Yeah.
Yes, when you were, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8. Does any or your kids has a musical interest or not yet?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. I mean, as I said, growing up in a music family, and my husband is a drummer.
Yes.
Is the drummer of the band Dynasty. So they for them music is it's a part of life, you know, a natural part of life. So my oldest kid, she goes to choir practice and she likes that very much, and she's got great pitch, and my youngest, she's only 3, but she's got a good pitch, and she's got a voice with a lot of projection. So I think that there is musical interest, and they want to learn some stuff on the piano, and they ask us all the time for certain songs that they want to listen to. So definitely an interest, but I hope that we don't put any pressure on them to pursue anything that they don't want to. But it seems that they're interested, at least.
Yes. Are you ready to go on tour, or you want to keep to the next summer?
Oh no, we are going on tour now. In February when we release the album on everywhere except Spain. But we will go to Spain in the fall. We come
Perfect.
to you.
Perfect.
Yes, we're looking forward.
Yes, I hope to see you in person again.
I miss Spain a lot. Yes.
Yes, I saw you one day at the Leyendas del Rock. The last time that you were there, when the show finished, you go out to have a drink, and I remember I saw you in the bar.
Yeah, I'm sure I did. I'm looking forward to meet you too.
Yes.
Can't wait to go back to Spain. It will be fun. I am on our booking agency every day. We want to go to Spain. Come on. It's the best country to tour in.
I remember that you mentioned that the Florida Keys is one of your favorite places to visit and stay there.
Yeah.
But, what about Alicante in Spain? When is your father living? What do you think
Exactly.
about Alicante?
I love Alicante, and he lives in a city outside called Elche, I think. Elche, yeah. And but we were there a few years ago, and I absolutely love being there. I love Spain, and I really hope that we can do some gigs in Spain soon, because we have only done one gig with me in Thundermother in Spain, and I remember playing Spain with Therion. It's always a great crowd, and it's fantastic people, really good food, and a little warmer here than in Sweden.
Yes.
Just so you know. No, I absolutely love Spain, and Alicante is great. I remember we went out into some island outside of Alicante. We took a boat. I don't remember the name of that island, but it was fantastic. And of course, the sun and the food and the people.
Linnéa, thank you for this interview. If you want to say
Thank you.
something to the Spanish audience, so it's your moment.
I want to come to Spain very soon, and I hope that we can come and hang out with the fantastic people of Spain very, very soon, because Thundermother needs some Spanish heat in their life.
Yes. By the way, I have seen your father at Leyendas del Rock as an audience in the last 3 years.
Yeah. He usually goes there, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't tell anyone, but I think he does.
Okay, Linnéa, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much,
this
Tony. This was
conversation.
great. Me too, very much. It was great.
Thank you very much for your time, Filippa, and the music.
Thank you so much for a great interview. It was a pleasure.